Every couple months, I make a video about how I would invest $50,000 into my OnlyFans management agency, and I haven't done one of these videos in a while, so I figured I would do it now. Now, what makes this video different than the other ones that I've done in the past is that now am finally in the position where my agency is making a fair amount of money, and investing $50,000 into it seems a little bit different. Before, it was like, how would I invest the money into it to like get things going? And now it's more, how would I invest $50,000 to expand what I'm doing or to make more money? So it's a little bit different. And in this video, I'm going to go over 4 different ways that I would invest that money. I don't have like the exact number breakdown of what I would invest it in, but these are 4 things that I'd be very interested in buying or investing in if I felt like dumping that much money into my agency. And to be honest with you, I should dump that money into my fucking agency. Like, I'll tell you a quick little, tangent here before I get started. But when you finally start like bringing in a decent amount of money, and like I'm, knock on wood, like thank you, Heavenly Father, for blessing me. But like, I'm doing better now than I've ever done. And when you see your bank account start to go up like that, you kind of like, you like the big number and you like that it's getting bigger and you don't want it to get smaller. Even though consciously, logically, I know that if I invest in some of these things, it will be a good long-term investment. But still, I like looking at the big number today. I don't want to see a smaller number. It is what it is. That said, let's get right into it. Number 1, the first thing that I would do is I would recruit influencers. I would figure out, I would up the recruiting that I'm doing, and I would go after influencers specifically. So whatever I would need to spend to get these people on the team, I would do it. And the reason for that is very simple. Influencers come with something very valuable, and that is traffic. Now, these days, because I've focused so heavily on chatting, I've kind of like stopped, worrying about how to get the traffic. I just don't, it's not worth not that it's not worth my time. Of course it's worth my time to be able to figure it out, but I don't like the dance of figure out the traffic. Oh, now a month later it doesn't work. Oh, okay, try it again. No, now it broke. Oh, this VA fucked me over. Like, I just don't want to do that. I would rather have an influencer, or I would rather have a girl who's willing to make social media content en masse and become an influencer and just have the traffic come in that way. Yes, I understand, like that kind of prohibits me from being, working with salary models. I get it. I'm not saying it's all gumdrops and rainbows. There are downsides to doing it that way as well, of course. But that said, I think that once you are able to sign big influencers, that the advantages far outweigh the disadvantages. Specifically, let's say, for the sake of argument, you had a famous YouTuber or you had a famous Instagram model or Instagram influencer who had 100,000, 500,000, a million followers, and all she had to do was make some fucking posts on her social media of choice, and you would get hundreds of subs to the account. I mean, come on. And you don't have to do shit. Would you give that person 50%? I would, like that, in a fucking heartbeat. I don't give a fuck. I can train the chatters. I can hire the chatters. I can do that part. I have people who are ready to go right now. And if I tell them, hey, guess what? We've got this extra account for you. I need you to jump on that shit and fucking capitalize on it. I know that they would do it. They are good people. We all have our ups and downs, but like, they are good and they will jump when I tell them to jump, and they will execute my system the way that I've designed it, which is, I would argue, better than anything else that is out there. I haven't seen it all, but it's pretty fucking good. So that's the main thing that I would do, is I would recruit influencers. Now, what am I doing for this right now? Well, I just recently started doing cold DMs again on Instagram. I have my assistant doing it. We're sending out like 400 or 500 a day. Nothing too crazy. No responses yet. I told him to go after influencers. It's not, he's been doing it for like 3 days. It hasn't been any results. So it takes a little while to get started. Girls don't always check their message requests every single day. So it will take time. There's also my friend Lucky Duck, if you guys know him. He's got a new automated recruiting thing on Ads Power where basically like you log into the account. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, fuck. You log into the accounts. My bad. On Ads Power, and it like runs some automation to DM people in a certain way, in a certain way. So I'm looking at getting into that as well. I want to scale it. I want more. I'm at a stage right now where like I've almost got as many chatters as I need. So I'm in a stage right now where like I'm gonna need more models soon. So okay, so that is what I'm doing with that. And then the second thing is paid traffic. So I currently do not run any paid traffic for any of my creators because I don't really need to, because they're doing all the traffic themselves. I understand that if I started working with a new creator, I could do paid traffic to her page. Maybe I should do that. Actually, I did see some in the markets where I was like, damn, like that's a fucking gold mine right there. I didn't do it. I didn't pull the trigger. Even if you see a girl, even if you think she's a fucking gold mine, even if there's a warranty, like it's still $1,000 you need to spend. And I don't care who you are. Like, yeah, fine. Okay. You know, $1,000 if you're making 10,000 a day is not that much, but still $1,000 is $1,000. And, whatever, I'm just making excuses. But, if I did do paid traffic, I would probably do it for a new girl who is just extraordinary in some way. Just like, and when I say extraordinary, usually what I mean is like her body is just like freakish, like bimbo style, big fake boobs or big natural boobs, BBL, duck lips, like plastic to the max. I would consider doing it for that. I have thought about running or paying for traffic for some of my existing models. But I would need to split that with them. And I just haven't brought that conversation up to them yet. And one of the reasons why I haven't is because, to be honest with you, even if, let's say all the models are getting an extra 1,000 subs a month, you still need the chatters there to fucking do the work, right? So I still need more chatters anyway. So it's like, you know, I mean, my problem is really chatters at that point. Do you understand? That's like the weak point. It's not like paying for fucking ads or paying somebody to drive traffic to get free trial subs. It's not what it is. However, if I had the 50K to burn, if I wanted to burn the 50K, then paid traffic is definitely something that I would do. I would probably, you know, get a couple, let's say, you know, the recruiting of the influencers, that's not something that happens from day one. It's going to take time. But what I could do is I could buy some models from a marketplace who are extraordinary physically, and I could set up an Instagram account for them, and I could just run traffic to that Instagram page and funnel it to the OnlyFans account, and then, you know, easy money, baby. Whether that's Instagram ads or, you know, something else. Number 3, chat team expansion. So this is an area that I've found kind of hard to crack. Like the way that it went for me, this is, you know, the expanding my chat team has come in bursts, if that makes sense. I had my one chatter who's still with me, stayed with me forever. And then I hired 3 more who were really good right away. Got lucky, straight up, just got lucky with some quality people. Then couldn't fucking find anybody forever. Then finally found another one who was good, and then found 2 who were good like less than a month later. So it comes in these like bursts, but it's not going to come if I don't fucking look. And I have slowed down on that for the past couple of weeks. No excuse for that. I really need to focus more. I need to turn my focus back to the agency. I got kind of caught up in this like coaching thing, selling the coaching and all that shit. And like, it's not bad. I'm not against doing it, but there was a lot of work that went into getting that off the ground on the front end. And now that it's like, you know, now that the VSLs are made and like I have the ads running, now it's time to kind of move back and focus on the agency again for, you know, the near future. Anyway, the point is that expanding the chat team is one area of OnlyFans management that I feel like you can't really throw money at this. You know what I mean? It's hard to, you know, models, you can buy a model, right? Fucking hundreds of them on marketplaces. You just pay the money, get the contact info, go through the process. Traffic, you can buy the traffic. You can buy ads on Instagram. You can pay sites that generate that traffic for you. There's plenty of them popping up right now. But hiring salespeople, hiring chatters and training them and making sure they're not retarded, there's really nothing for that. Any company that says like, we'll hire and train your chatters for you. Okay, buddy. Like, I would love to see that. I would love to see that. I've never seen it. I've never seen it ever. I mean, you know my opinion on this. Like, I've talked to a ton of these people, a ton of chatters, and like most of them, I wouldn't want them fucking sweeping my floor in my apartment. They're just not quality people. So, well, they're not suited for the job. Let's say that. I'm sure they're lovely people. The point is that it's not a problem that you can throw money at. So I would have to figure out a way to throw money at it to fix that problem. I don't know what I would do. I really don't. I guess I would hire somebody to do the HR for me. Because now when I want to hire chatters, that would actually be really valuable. Oh my God. Oh. Is that the second time I've yawned in this video? Holy shit. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't. Yeah, hiring somebody to do the HR for me, to take all these new potential chatters through the process of me hiring them would be very valuable. And then the final way that I would spend $50K, or the final thing that I would consider spending it on, would be additional content creation for me. So, I post a lot on YouTube. I do daily videos, basically. I have 3 shorts a day that are going up. I have now started posting on Instagram as well. I really just repost my shorts to Instagram. So it's not like it's unique content or anything, but I'm also posting there 3 times a day. And some of the videos, they get views, kind of. YouTube, they'll get anywhere between like 500 and 5,000 views, let's say. The thing with YouTube, with shorts at least, and I was referring to shorts there in a second ago. The thing with shorts is that like they'll get circulated for like a day or two, and then it just kind of drops off, and it doesn't really grow. Whereas with Instagram, I feel like the circulation is spread out over a much longer period of time. So you might get a boost in the beginning. Like I have some reels where I post them, and then that day they get 1,500 views. But the thing with Instagram, and you would know this if you have models who are posting viral content, is like you can post a reel, and then a month later or 3 months later, that shit just starts going crazy, starts going viral. You get a ton of fucking views on it. So I'm not saying that will happen with my accounts. However, I have noticed that like the reels, the stuff that I'm posting now is getting way more views than it was before. Because I've done this before. I've like gone through a period where I posted like, I don't know, maybe 100 reels on Instagram. And I think I had one that maybe got like 6K views, and that was it. No, I don't think I had any other that broke 1,000. So it's really interesting that this is how it's happening now. I'm optimistic that that's the case. That said, getting back to the point, I would spend the money on learning how to make better content. I'm not delusional enough to think that like the editor that I pay to fucking make me 20 shorts a week, it's nothing against him. It's just that like I know that type of content is probably not going to go viral. The shorts are fine. The shorts are great. But like that content is not going to go viral. What is going to go viral is a video that is made specifically to go viral, right? And I'm working on some stuff now. I've talked to a couple coaches. I've talked to a couple companies who are like, we'll help your content go viral. You get thousands of followers and blah, blah, blah. I haven't pulled the trigger on any of them. They all want 5 figures. And like, I don't know. I work in OFM, bro. Like, how are you going to make that go viral? How are you going to do it? I don't have a Lambo. I don't have a fucking diamond watch. Like, how are you going to do it for somebody like that? I really don't know. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just don't know how to do it. But if I had 50K to drop on it, then I would pay them, I guess, for their help. Some of them offer guarantees. I did talk to 2 of them. I talked to this one coach, Insta Coach Mike. If you guys know him on Instagram, he's got millions of followers, I think. And I talked to another one who, this was a couple months ago, and they said like, they basically do mother-slave method on 4 different platforms. They operate 40 accounts for you, and they post 5 times a day to each of those accounts. So 200 posts a day, like you're going to get something. Like you're going to get a lot of something. And they help you record the content as well and all that. So, I don't know. They wanted 30K though for 3 months. So I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. But that's how I would invest 50K in my OFM agency today, October 29th. Let me know what you think about that. Check out my links, subscribe, etc., etc. Goodbye.